Well, hello there. I wanted to make a quick video to go over the last set of notes that we did in class on Friday. Yeah, Friday was a special day. It was a celebration of you know whose birthday. So yeah, let's get to it. So point slope form y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1. And we said not yesterday, goodness gracious, on Friday, that y sub 1 represents the y value of the ordered pair, x sub 1 represents the x value of the ordered pair. It's blue to remind you that this negative sign is not a part of the value. And so m is your slope. So if I wanted to find the ordered pairs from the point slope form, again, it's called point slope form because it deals with a point x, y, and then the slope m, point slope form. Yeah. All right. So y minus 5 is equal to 3 times x minus 5. So the blue here indicates the value that we need to pull out. So the x value is 5 because the x value is right there. The y value is 5 and m is 3. Because remember, the negative sign is a part of the equation. It's not a part of the y value or the x value. Whenever the negative sign is positive, the only way for this to become positive is that this had to appear as x minus negative 4. Okay, that's the only way that this negative can become positive. So we know that originally it was a negative 4 to give us a positive 4 here. So our x value is negative 4, our y value is 8, and our m is 2. Just a quick review. So then we went on to write them in write a point and a slope in point slope form, point slope. And we did that. We pretty much had no problem with that. Then we went to graphing in point slope form, and then it got a little tricky for some of you all. We take out the point. Remember, this is negative 3 and 2, but we know that the negative sign is a part of the equation, so the 3 is what the ordered pair of the x value is, and this is a positive 2, which indicated that it used to be a negative 2, because that's the only way that this negative sign becomes positive, and the slope is 2/3. So remember, when we're doing this is x and y. So when we're graphing, in order for us to graph, we must walk before we go up and down the elevator. So we walk to 1, 2, 3, and then we go down 2, 3, negative 2. And then the slope is up 2 to the right 3, 1, 2, 3, dot. Down 2 to the left 3, 1, 2, 3, dot. And then we put the line through. Okay? And that was graphing. And then we did that to all the rest of them as well. But this is the main thing I want to get to, is the last part of the notes. Excuse me, which is write an equation in point slope form of the line shown. Use the right point to write the equation. So this is the right point, left to right. And so in point slope form, the point would be 2. I'm going to write down here 2, 4. And the slope, we need to find the slope because it's point slope form. What's the slope of this line? Up 1, 2, 3 over 1. 3 over 1. M is equal to 3. So in point slope form, this will be y minus 4 is equal to 3 times x minus 2. And we'll do the same thing here. The right point. So the right point is this point right here. The slope of this line is down 1 over 1. So negative 1 over 1. So I know my slope is negative 1. And then my ordered pair is 1, 1. And so in point slope form, it would be y minus 1 is equal to negative 1 times x minus 1. Pretty simple, you know, point and a slope, put them where they go. All right, and then you may see this distributed as y minus 1 is equal to negative x plus 1. And in that case, how can this become negative without anything being multiplied there? We know this was originally a negative 1. And then how is this positive? We know that had to be a negative in the beginning. So, you know, if you see it like that, you know that the slope is negative 1. We have to remember that the opposite, you know, we know. All right, so write an equation of a line that passes through negative 2, 3, and 1, negative 3. Use the first point to write the equation. Again, we're writing this in point slope form. So in order to find this equation, we must find the what? We have the point. We're missing the what? The slope. So we do negative 3 minus 3 over 1 minus negative 2. Changing y over to changing x, we get negative 6. The twins, if you're in fourth block, that's Latrell and Ahmad. And we get negative 2. And they say use the first point. So the first point is negative 2, 3. So y minus 3 is equal to negative 2 times x plus 2. Because that's negative, and we know we're saying x minus negative 2, which means plus 2. Take away the negative, we have plus 2. All right, so what I want to do, well, let's do this now. And then we come over here and do the same thing, point slope form. So we have 2 minus 4 over negative 1 minus negative 5. 2 minus 4 is negative 2. Negative 1 plus 5 is 4. So we get a negative 1/2. So in point slope form, use the first point. The first point will be y minus 4 is equal to negative 1/2 times x plus 5. Okay, so what I want to do now is what will be great. So you know there are times you're given a point and a slope, and you're asked to write an equation of the line in slope-intercept form. So you can use point slope form to write that equation of the line. So all we have to do is finish converting this into slope-intercept form. So if I convert this into slope-intercept form, I have y minus 3 is equal to negative 2 times x plus 2. What I do, distribute, and I get y minus 3 is equal to a negative 2x plus, well, minus, because we don't do plus and negative here in this world. Come on, computer, you can do it. You can do it. All right, you did one. Now let's do the other one. Minus 4. And so what do I need to do? Solve for y to put it in slope-intercept form. Add 3 to both sides, and we get y is equal to negative 2x minus 1. Slope-intercept form. And over here, instead of distributing and get a negative 1/2 and whatever like that, you could multiply everything by 2. You have to do it anyway. So it doesn't matter because you're going to take 5/2. So many times, if you want to get rid of the fraction, you can end up multiplying everything by 2, and then you're going to have to divide by 2 in the end because the 2 is going to be with the y. But since these are easier fractions, we're going to just go ahead and distribute. If it was a nasty fraction, I would get rid of it. You know, sometimes we don't like fractions. Minus 5/2, add 4 to both sides, add 4 to both sides. Get y is equal to negative 1/2 x. Negative 5/2 is negative 2.5. So negative 2.5 gives you 1.5 or 3/2. And that's your answer. All right, here we are. And that's all you needed to know. And I'm done. Oh, I gotta do my little signature video sign off. Oh gosh, my computer up here acting weird. Stop acting weird. All right, it's been Mr. O'Neal. It's been another Beast Mode production. We out.